Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. And wow, a gamble here right off the bat, an onside kick to begin the game. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. They'll start on the ground, ETN. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now the first pass of the afternoon is complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Well, this defense for the Colts, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. Oh, a second dosage. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Richardson. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now he'll try to run with this. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays this week, but here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It certainly did, and it's really not a surprise because defending option football is difficult. You have to think too much. Most of the time, you just react to what you see and you play fast. Here, you're reacting, you're processing. Do I have the back? Do I have the quarterback? Who do I take? Do I take on a blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
First and 10, it's Richardson. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The really good pickup of 28 yards. QB sneak, Richardson. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
A great effort there with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Colts are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. 19 flaggers. Richardson to throw off play action. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal sick.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. And they'll run with ETN. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Richardson off the play fake. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
1st and 10. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2nd down, here's Richardson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 39. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that is incomplete. The Colts at 6-4 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Again, it's Richardson. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
7 Pirates.
Here's Richardson to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 19. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Richardson will keep it once again. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the 2nd straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Going for it on 4th, Richardson. And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence, he'll drop that underneath to ETN. And some room to work. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. But to throw again is Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And this is going to be a Colts 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Check it.
Richardson now on 2nd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Lawrence will throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 2nd and goal, Lawrence. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Play action. It's Lawrence sliding out of the pocket to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
This taken in at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line up.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Mustang 19.
Richardson to the air on 1st down. And he fires one incomplete. These two teams met up earlier in the year back in week 4. And it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
18, Pioneer. Cup 19, Cup 19.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Here we go, Jack.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Richardson. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
19 right. Trap 60, trap 60.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Richardson. And it's caught. Touchdown, Colts. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And a nice gain at 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
Now for the point after. And the lead is now 24. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
They go play action with Richardson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd and 15 now. Lawrence throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. He finds his man complete. It's Russell. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. A handoff running left is Etienne. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Lawrence. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They go play action now. Lawrence, he'll let this go for the end zone. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Jags have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout.
And my goodness, another interception. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Lawrence going to keep it again. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lead the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Lawrence. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now Lawrence to throw. He'll get that underneath ETN. And they'll work this down inside the 30. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Catch made here by Campbell. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Let's go now.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Second down, here's Richardson. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
1st and 10, it's Richardson. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Josh Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
18, pioneer.
Richardson looking to throw this. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And now here is another interception. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And Lawrence going to take it himself. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run the option left. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 to 27. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Well, I think the Colts got this. They did. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll look to ETN to start things out. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions.